Okay, welcome back to the new episode of QGP. I'm Zach Tussing.
I'm Charles Fillmore.
We nailed it, finally.
We did.
It's taken us, what is this, episode 7?
It took, yeah. Well, I mean, the good news is we're not so deep in that it's embarrassing, but we're far enough in that it's still embarrassing that we haven't, that it took this long.
Well, we didn't hit double digits yet, so.
Okay, at least we've got that going for us.
Achievement unlocked.
Yes. Ba-ding! There it is. add that to your gamer score, your gamer cred. I don't really play a lot of PlayStation. How do like the trophies and like what have all the points and coins or whatever
trophies go to? They just go to your account and then you can just show off to your friends which ones you have.
So just bragging rights.
That's literally all it is. I used to get into it and then
I got 500 bragging rights.
Yeah.
For beating the tutorial.
And like it was so like vastly uneven. Like some games would be like really stingy with trophies, and other ones, I think it was the Sly Cooper games. Like I think in completing the tutorial, I already have 5 trophies in the first Sly Cooper.
It's like picked your first guy's pocket.
It was worse than that. There was a trophy.
Took your first 10 steps
for choosing to play the first Sly Cooper game. Like, as soon as you hit play, because, like, you had all 3 games to choose from, and if you pick the first one, it gives you a trophy.
What?
It's like the beginning of an adventure or something.
Congratulations on playing, on choosing to play the game at all. You deserve a pat on the back. How, like, why would you have a trophy? Why would you reward someone right off the bat for choosing to start? Is that like an incentive? It's like, hey, there's more where this came from.
If it gets you hooked on that, I guess. I don't know. The first Sly Cooper's like kind of broken in a lot of ways, so maybe that was there. Like Sly 2 is so much better. Mm-hmm. So
this is really great for our Nintendo podcast.
Yeah,
where we
to
talk about
PlayStation
things.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot has happened, but a few kind of big things did happen. I think the biggest thing is the Animal Crossing.
Yeah, there was an
update.
Animal Crossing Direct, which was hilarious.
Yes,
and it's worth watching even if you don't play Animal Crossing. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
How, I don't know, good, bad.
It's kind of like it's bad, but it's kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
It's charming.
Yeah, and the English voiceovers were hilarious.
Yeah. I like how they kind of started it. And he's just kind of standing there, moving his mouth, and you hear the animalese, and the guy runs up to him. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So we both had a little bit of time to play it, right?
Yeah.
You've had a little more because you time traveled, right?
Yeah, I've been a dirty cheating boy because I was so excited to get I've talked about this before. The biggest thing I was hoping to get in the update was the room decorating mechanics from Happy Home Designer, and I'm happy to say, I am thrilled to say that they have added that. It's a little bit different, but it's in there. But you have to upgrade your house to a certain point in order to unlock it. So I've been furiously farming beetles and traveling back and forth through time in order to afford enough upgrades that I can unlock that. There's some ups and downs to that. The upside is that I now have both the secret storeroom, which was something, I guess we can get a little more into that, and I have a bigger house and the Happy Home Designer mechanics. The downside is that I have a big house with not a lot in it because I didn't focus on buying any furniture.
I see. And so you've spent it all on house upgrades, so
yes,
you can't really buy...
but I don't have anything to put in my house.
Well, you could buy some of the stuff with the cat coupons, so...
Yeah, I should probably start doing that.
Now, how did they... I haven't done it yet, but how do you get the cat coupons? I know you're supposed to do something with the cat terminal, but...
So on your Town Pass card, there's a section that has what they're called, I think, daily town incentives. And they're basically like daily goals. And it's normal stuff that you do, like collecting bugs or helping neighbors, maybe like buying, like changing up something on the outside of your house, or like buying a specific type of furniture, little things like that. And you get rewarded X number of coupons for those things, and there's like a time limit. Like it'll say until you have until the next morning or until the next Monday. And when you complete those, then you go to the terminal outside Town Hall, and you can get your coupons from there. And if you go to the post office with your coupons, then you can exchange them for bells. Or if you go to the campground, you can exchange them with Harvey for whatever it is that he happens to have for sale there.
Yeah, it's better to use those on the Amiibo, because you can buy like everything that's in the Amiibo trailers.
Right.
Which is a feature that you have not done, right?
No,
you can't find your one Amiibo card.
No, the only Amiibo card I got came with Happy Home Designer. It was of the character Lottie, who is the head of the Happy Home Designer. Well, not really the head, but she's one of the main employees. Mm-hmm. And I can't find the box or the card, so I haven't been able to utilize the Amiibo functionality. But yeah, so we should probably get into a little more detail about like what else was in the update.
Well, I guess like we should point out like the way you get the Amiibo functionality is you have to find Wisp. Mm-hmm. Have you found him?
Yeah, I found him.
Okay, that was irritating. I didn't know you had to press the A button, like, and he was invisible. So I like walked around in circles for way too long.
Oh, he just stopped. He just stopped me, like while I was walking.
Oh yeah, he did for me too. But then he's like giving me vague clues, like, "Oh, not over there, over here." I'm like, "What is he talking about?" And like, there's no lamp, and you just have to go around pressing the A button and hope he appears.
Yeah, you don't even know. Well, what happened? Like I walked around a bit, and he kept telling me, "No, not that way." And he's like, "Yes, this way. You're on the right track." And I just kept walking, and then eventually he just appeared. I wasn't pressing A.
Oh, okay. He didn't appear to me. I walked around like on a grid, trying, like, hoping that he would appear at some point. Mm-hmm. But it was like when I tried to shake a tree or something that he appeared. So I don't know what that was about, but
yeah, he just like suddenly appeared.
Yeah, and you have to wait a day too, because I do not cheat. I do not time travel, so it's not technically cheating, but. I have not time traveled, so...
I mean, it's kind of cheating. You're kind of cheating yourself, honestly.
Yeah. So I was, like, so excited to use my dust gathering amiibo.
Yeah.
So I, like, downloaded
now that your amiibo finally have purpose.
Yeah. So I downloaded the update, and I was so excited to play it, and then I had to wait a full, like, 24 hours. So that was a bit disappointing.
Fun.
Yeah.
I found him and I took him to the house, and he's like, "Hey, if you give me like an amiibo and I'll possess them, it's not that bad." And I didn't have any amiibo, so I just put his lamp in my bookcase.
Nice.
Or my storage.
Yeah, so you just scan it in from there, and then he asks you if you want like to call in the actual character. So I'm not sure why he needs to like possess them.
I guess so you can, like, if you don't want them to live in your town, but you want to hang out with them.
Well, but, like, if you just scan it and you call them in, then you can go to their RV and not invite them to live. So it's not like Wisp has anything to do with that.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he's unnecessary, but... I mean, again, a charming Animal Crossing character, but not...
Well, maybe, what if you just, like, want them to hang out in your house, but you don't necessarily want them to, like, pull up in their RV and...
Does he hang out?
I don't know.
See, I just had him.
Like, I haven't done it, so I don't know exactly.
True. I don't know why I'm asking you that.
I don't know exactly how it works.
Yeah, and I've only scanned in one amiibo. I scanned in the Smash Brothers Link, and it gave me W Link, which is the Wolf Link.
I think that surprised me.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was especially like Ganon too.
Mm-hmm.
And Epona.
I love it. I love that Ganon is a pig so much.
Yeah.
He's like the Zelda 2 pig.
Yeah. Or I guess A Link to the Past, he looked like that as well. Yeah. They did miss out. Like, Kaepora Gaebora was not in there. Like, you think, Blather's body with that head, like, would have been perfect.
Yeah,
but...
that would have been so cool. Because, like, there's only one owl. It's Blathers. No, there are two. There's Blathers and Celeste.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bird characters. There should be more owls.
Yeah, that seemed like a missed opportunity to me, especially since they are just going to be releasing the Ocarina of Time link. So might be incentive to get him.
Maybe this is something that they'll add further in, because it seems I don't think that this is like the last thing they're going to add to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it seemed weird there was nothing Mario related.
Yeah.
Like they chose Splatoon and Zelda stuff. Mm-hmm. So
I went back and I watched the because I had asked you about the Splatoon characters, and I went back and I watched the direct. And if you scan in the Inkling amiibo, the Mary or Carrie, or what are they? The Squid Sisters.
Yeah, Marie and Callie.
Marie and Callie. If you scan them in, then like these green or purple squirrels.
Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed because like I didn't want those amiibo, and now I kind of do.
Yeah.
Because like their functionality in Splatoon was they just like allowed you to listen to some of the music, mm-hmm. which seemed kind of lame compared to like the mission modes that the other ones unlocked. So.
Right. But I think if you scan it with Wisp, which I'm not sure if that's like the only way you scan them in, then I'm not sure how the squirrel characters figure into it. But an ink like a squid character shows up, not like one of the Inklings, but he looks like a
oh yeah,
squid.
I kind of remember that.
Like he looks like one of the Inklings as the squids.
Well, I own the Inkling amiibos, so I will find out. I will give a report on that next week then.
Our soothing voices are lulling Chloe to sleep. Our sonorous tones.
So one disappointment I had though with the amiibo thing. Mm-hmm. So you can only order like 3 pieces of furniture at a time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like so, I went into W Link's RV. Mm-hmm. And I immediately wanted everything that he had in there because, like, my thing in Animal Crossing games is I always collect as much like Nintendo memorabilia as possible.
Well, obviously.
So, like, I always have like my first floor in every Animal Crossing game is like the Nintendo mm-hmm. like shrine. So, right. I was like, I wanted everything there. I was going to do a whole Zelda room, and then I could only order like the wallpaper, floor, and I ordered a heart, and then that was it. And I like saw that he had like the Hylian shield and giant like. Big Boss Key treasure chest with a rupee inside.
That sounds so cool.
A heart container, yeah, it was really neat, but I couldn't order enough of that stuff. So,
because I know in the Happy Home showcase where you can view Street Pass homes, you can only order like I think 7 or 10. I think 7. You can only order like 7 items from the showcase. So I don't know why they would just limit it to 3. I guess so that you don't overwhelm your mailbox.
I guess, but I mean, I usually keep it pretty clean. I throw out pretty much everything I get. So
yeah, I don't know. Nintendo has a weird way of being both the most like amazing and most frustrating company. Especially
when it takes like real days to get your stuff in.
Yeah,
like you order it. Like, I ordered something a couple days ago, and I still don't have it yet. Mm-hmm. I ordered, like, a jungle wallpaper.
Yeah.
Because I thought it looked cool, so...
Now, one thing that, like, kind of bothered me at first, but, like, it makes sense to me now, was the way that you access a lot of the stuff is very organic. It's like, it makes sense. It kind of, like, fits in with the way that you would normally play the game. So it's not like you update the game and all of a sudden like you get swarmed with like all this new stuff. It's like like as you're playing normally, like the characters will tell you about this thing and then it unlocks. So like
exactly.
As you go about discovering it in the game, then you have access to it. Mm-hmm. And I like that.
I do. I was just expecting more that like I really wanted to play everything because like I the reason I stopped playing Animal Crossing was just because I'd seen like most of the big stuff there was to do. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of upgrading my house and doing the usual like daily chores. So I kind of got bored of that.
Yeah.
And so I wanted like a bunch of new stuff to get me back into it. And this has done it, but I've had to like readjust to playing like daily bits of it. So. And like all my villagers hated me because I hadn't like checked in a year. So
yeah. Although it's to be fair, they are a lot nicer than they were in the original game.
Yeah,
they don't outright yell at you.
Yeah.
They in the GameCube version, they got so nasty. If you just walked up to them and started talking to them, like, what do you even want?
That's right. I had forgotten that. Wow.
Like they were just so hostile.
That was great.
Yeah.
I'd kind of forgotten about that.
I kind of hope that in the next game they bring some of that personality back.
Oh, definitely.
Because it almost feels too nice in New Leaf.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like that.
Like they completely turned off Rossetti. Like you have to activate him in order to ever see him.
Although I'm fine with that personally.
Yeah.
Because I've had I don't know why, but my new 3DS XL has this weird thing where it occasionally drops a game cart. Like the game cartridge slot is like a little bit messed up.
That keeps happening to me.
Oh, really?
Like, it'll just pop out.
Like nothing's happened. The game hasn't really moved around. It just says that it lost contact with the game cartridge, and it only happens with older games. Like if I'm playing any of my new games, like Paper Jam or Metroid Prime.
You mean like it stops reading it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like it physically pops out.
Oh no,
that's what keeps happening to me.
So I guess there's just a cartridge slot issue then with all new 3DSs. I thought it was just like that. I got like it doesn't happen often, but it tends to happen the most in Animal Crossing. So I've learned to save a whole lot.
Yeah, I honestly miss the slot being at the top of the device. I don't like it really being on the corner,
same
on the bottom.
I also I don't know why, but I hate that it's not aligned. Like that it's off to the side. That bothers me for some reason.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like I feel like there's some part of my hand that's always ready to pop it out.
I've thought that too. It kind of scares me sometimes.
Yeah, and I never had that problem with my old 3DS.
Yeah, because your hands aren't like back on the top of the system. So.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, like, not to get off too far on the new 3DS, but I do love like everything else about the new 3DS.
Yeah.
Like the home button works so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I was not a fan of that like bar across the bottom, the start select home bar.
I actually I was messing around with the settings. I turned off the super stable 3D, and I was surprised at like how different it was just having like the normal 3D.
Yeah, I actually like play certain games in 3D now, and I typically didn't on the on the old 3DS. So
yeah, so it's surprising. Like you don't realize it. When you've been using it for a long time, but if you turn it off and then like use it like how it used to be, it's amazing how well the super stable works.
It does have issues in the dark though. I don't know if you've played it in the dark, but it loses your face constantly, and then it's worse than the original 3DS because even if you hold it straight, it still has issues.
Yeah, and if you've got glasses, just forget about it.
Yeah, it like reflects light off of your glasses and then loses it. So, anyways, back to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, we got a little sidetracked there. So what else have we...
Why is there tape on your new 3DS?
I put that there so that I can get away with playing it while I'm waiting for calls at work. Because we're not really supposed to have cameras.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of covering my bases, even though the 3DS is like the worst camera.
Yeah. Like, since... It has like those like 2006 flip phone cameras. Like it's really bad, and the Wii U one is terrible too.
Yeah,
you just don't notice it because like no games use it.
Right. Man, Tearaway would be great on the Wii U.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that would be nice.
Anyway,
back to PlayStation games.
But yeah, I'm just covering my bases with that.
I meant back to Animal Crossing.
But... Anyway, so let's see. We've talked about the amiibo.
Mini games. So do you know how to find these things? I'm assuming you'll find them like a week or so in.
So I kind of know how to.
Do you have one?
Yes, I got the 3DS.
Oh my gosh, I love Puzzle League so much. That was like the biggest announcement. Like, I was so excited upon seeing that you can play Puzzle League.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. It's like it's like Yoshi. It's that Yoshi game or the Pokemon one.
Yeah, it's the same game. It's just called Puzzle League. They just give it different names. Yeah, I remember wrecking you and Patrick at it.
Oh man, you threw us into that. We had no idea how to play.
Yeah, and then I started you guys like on the 3D one where you have to rotate the cylinder.
Oh man, that was awful.
Good times. Anyways, how do you find it? I need to know.
I got it out of a fortune cookie. Actually, I've gotten 2 out of a fortune cookie, and I sold one of them because I already had one.
I wish you could trade. I really wish you could trade items. I mean, because you can do like the stuff, you can order stuff in the house like via online, but can you can't directly trade, can you?
You mean with other players?
Yeah.
If you go to their town, you can like drop something on the ground and they can.
Okay, I've never done that. I'm like the least social Animal Crossing player ever.
Okay, well, the next time if I find one and you haven't gotten one, I'll invite you over and you can.
I'm just like I'm getting over the fact that you had a second one and you sold it.
Well,
and I'm looking for one.
I guess I assumed that you already had it.
How do you find? I mean, okay, so fortune cookie, but you just
I just got it.
Okay, I need to buy like every fortune cookie that I can now.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how you get the Wii U.
I'm not sure because I haven't gotten the Wii U
Island
yet.
Survival was apparently the best mode of the Amiibo Festival.
That's the one I want the most.
See, I
it
would,
looks like a lot of fun.
Except I'm such a big Puzzle League fan, and there hasn't been a Puzzle League on a handheld for, I don't know, maybe ever. So,
yeah,
I think there was one on Game Boy Advance, but I didn't have it. So,
this is cool though. It's almost like the NES games on the original.
Yeah,
it gives you something else to do in the game, and I really like that.
Yeah. They wouldn't do that now because they're trying to make as much money off of their NES games as possible. But
right, but I still like that they're adding.
Oh yeah, this was probably the biggest thing that they added to the game.
Mm-hmm. They basically added 2 other games.
Yeah, I mean the fact that like the one reason I've been waiting for Amiibo Festival to come down in price, and the biggest reason for that was just so I could play Island Survival. So now I don't have to buy it.
Yeah, now you just have to.
I just have to buy every fortune cookie.
Yeah, and always make sure that you're carrying your 3DS so that you don't run out of play coins.
I always have 300.
Always, no matter how many I spend, the next day I always have like 300. I know in this is kind of a rabbit trail. I know in Persona Q, there's a treasure box that you unlock. After you've like seen all of the map, and once you find it, you can just unlock it with play coins, but it like spends every single one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the most expensive thing I've seen with play coins.
Yeah, it's usually like 2 or maybe 10 at the max. So
the only thing that I really like hardcore like spent coins on are the Street Pass games.
Oh yeah, for puzzle pieces.
Not puzzle pieces.
The other one, like
the Find Me game.
I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with collecting puzzle pieces, and not really any of the other ones. So
yeah, I just need to like walk past more people who have a 3DS so that I can.
Well, and have it with them and have it turned on.
Yeah. So
there's too many variables, but like. They should totally add Street Pass functionality to Miitomo.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a new Miitomo update.
Yeah.
That no one asked for, but it's really too late.
This is like this is part of like something that I've been like I think I've always said Miitomo needs.
Okay. I know about the messaging thing. They're adding a messaging feature.
Oh, okay. So,
but I don't know about everything else.
Okay, so you might not know about. So they're going to. There are a couple things. Room decoration.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm like so excited right now. I did not read the article. So.
Yeah. So you'll be able to decorate your own room, and I think you can hang up like some of your me photos on the walls.
Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
And I'm trying. This is from memory, so I might be getting some of it wrong. There are, I think, sidekick me's, which are basically like they're not your player character. They're basically like the residents in Tomodachi Life.
Oh wow!
So you can just have like other like Mii characters living in your apartment, and they get their own room.
Wow, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And this is from someone who's played Miitomo probably 90% of the days since it launched. So I check in like every day.
And
Still,
I'm the exact opposite, and I know more about it than you do.
When is this coming out?
I'm not actually sure. Hold on, let me see if I
Okay.
can find that out.
One problem though, like who's gonna play this though? Like
I am.
The entire. Well, okay, I know, but not everyone is a diehard like Tomodachi Life fan.
Oh, and we need to talk about Miitopia. We'll get to
Oh
that.
yeah, I watched a video on that. It's like the weirdest thing, but
Yeah, I'm waiting for the direct to air in Japan just to get some more information about it.
yeah, because that like the footage I've seen has not told me anything.
They haven't announced when it's coming out. But it says it's Miitomo's big update is on the way. You'll be able to swap messages with your friends, customize your room, and more. Watch this space.
So it's going to be like a swap note, or is it going to be just more of like a instant messaging?
I don't know.
Because they got rid of swap note after like all the inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, the picture they show in the background, it shows like a bunch of different rooms with different
yeah.
characters in them. So I'm definitely getting a Tomodachi Life feel from this, and I'm very excited about it.
Well, that's what it should have been from the beginning. Why did it take
That's
them
what
this
I've been
long?
saying.
Why did it take them this long to do this?
I don't know.
I'm just like in shock. You got my live reactions then. I really didn't know all of this stuff was coming. I just heard that they were doing a messaging system.
Yeah.
Which I thought was like, okay, everything does that now. So,
Right. But
if it's something like kind of the swap note.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like, if this is more of like an interactive Tomodachi Life, I think that's great. Like being able to share your characters in their rooms or whatever with other people.
It should still have some kind of Street Pass functionality, something like that.
Yeah.
That would make it perfect in my mind.
I'm not sure how...
I'm not sure
how that would work. Like, if it would be NFC or...
I didn't work out everything about it. I'm just saying I think that should be
I don't know. I kind of get hung up on, like, the specifics of how something would work. Because if I could figure out how it can work, then it makes more sense that it would work. Well, I mean, it seems more likely that it would work, is what I mean.
Yeah, it's still Nintendo, and they do whatever the heck they want. So.
Yeah, Nintendo does what Nintendo wants. I'm just trying to get that Sega does what Nintendo doesn't. What Nintendo don't.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite make it. I did not stick that landing.
Yeah, I'm gonna only give you a 4 out of 10 for that one. But.
Oh, that's generous. So what else? What else has happened? Super Mario Run is being made in Unity, apparently.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That seems like, how many phone games are made in Unity?
I don't know. There seems to be a lot more as time goes on.
I haven't seen many like 2D games though built in Unity.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of Unity games in 2D.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just happen to find a lot of them.
Okay, because I have not played one, or at least not that I'm aware of. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. Not sure how I feel about that, but
yeah, I'm interested more in the fact that because it's going to be made in Unity, there's the potential that people will be able to modify the source material, and so it would be interesting to kind of get a look at the way Nintendo has made the game. I'm interested in it from that angle.
Huh. And like any fan hacks that they...
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems very un-Nintendo, though.
Yeah, because like Nintendo always like makes their own engines or operating systems or whatever.
And you think it would be easier to just bring something from their like new Super Mario Brothers engines over to a mobile device,
right? But then again, you're taking like coding classes, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you know more about it than I do. But I don't think either one of us.
Not game coding,
fully grasps the difficulty that would entail.
Yeah. Still, I mean, because I'm assuming they're porting a like modified. They're just like modifying the engine for each new platform, because they've had like basically the same engine for the DS, Wii, 3DS, and Wii U,
right,
for their 2D Mario's. So
I'm not sure though, because if they're doing it in Unity, they've basically got an engine already made. They just have to tweak a bunch of the variables. And
well, that's what I mean. But like, is it really like harder to port that existing engine over to a mobile device than start with Unity? I don't know. I'm just not.
I almost feel like it would be easier to start with Unity, because Unity is like already optimized for like the mobile platform.
Because like this game is being developed by DNA, not Nintendo. So is this Nintendo not trusting DNA with?
Thank you for, by the way, helping me figure out how to pronounce that. Because I couldn't tell the DENA or Dina. Or, I had no idea how you were supposed to say that.
Yeah, it is pronounced DNA.
Okay, now I know. Sorry to interrupt you there.
I was like, what are you thanking me for? I couldn't imagine.
But yeah, you said DNA is making...
Yeah, so is this like Nintendo not like trusting them with their source code? Because Nintendo's like very picky with like what they lend their...
That's a possibility, but I don't think that it's a matter of trust, because they're working very closely on the Switch. I do know that. Like before we knew anything else about the Switch, we knew that they were partnering.
Yeah, but it's for their the operating system, not necessarily for games. So like a lot of the DNA is going to be helping them with like a lot of the online functionality, probably eShop, whatever other like features online.
Yeah, now that I've said that and you've said that, I'm remembering that those were like two separate things. That they were working on a new console, and they were partnering with DNA.
I don't know. I kind of like Dina.
But it's like two separate statements. And I think the DNA, I was thinking again, specifically about them working on mobile titles.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what to make of this, but definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Considering it looks almost identical to New Super Mario Bros. U.
It'd be nice to get some high resolution Mario on my phone. Or maybe they'll do it'll just be like pre-rendered sprites.
Oh, that's usually what they do for because they're probably giving them like the basic assets. But the weird thing is, like, the way Mario jumps in Super Mario Run is completely different. Like, he does these weird, like, mid-air spins and stuff, which is not how he jumps in the new Super games.
He can do that. He does that weird.
No, he does like a backflip thing though. Like when they show like the initial footage of him jumping over those like small platforms, he's doing all kinds of like crazy moves that.
Does he do that like Super Mario Sunshine weird like twist backflip?
Yeah, like kind of that, but like just for a short hop. Which he doesn't do in the other 2D Marios.
So yeah, why wouldn't he just like hop? Why does he need to do an Olympic flip?
Yeah,
to get up a step.
I mean, it's just like getting over like the first, what appears to be the first level. So
the grass level.
Yeah,
and then there are the caves.
I think that was all I had to say about that.
Yeah,
I observed that it was strange.
Yeah, and then we just kind of got off on that.
Yeah. I hope they show off some like different level areas because that initial trailer. I mean, again, it was initial, but the game's coming out on. They haven't said when, but sometime in December for iOS users.
Yeah, I'll be sure to give you a full report about that.
And then I'm just going to ignore the game's existence until it comes out on Android. I think we ran out of things to say about that. Next topic. My Nintendo rewards. There's new prizes.
Can you call them that?
The only like, I don't know if this isn't cool, but it's just like a little, like it's interesting. They added a 3DS theme based on Animal Crossing for 100 coins. So
does it have the same music as the Link?
I don't know. I haven't. I've downloaded all the other ones. So the Jabanian one is really cool, like because it has its own like Yokai Watch music and his eyes follow it. But like the My Nintendo original themes are awful. But I'm too cheap to buy any of the themes from the theme store. So
yeah, like why couldn't you have like Jungle Japes playing the Donkey Kong one, or something like that?
Yeah, all three of them share like this generic My Nintendo music.
I don't even remember how it went. It's so
I do
so
just
bland.
because I have all of them and I hear it all the time. It's such a waste. And like I started with the Mario one, so I thought that was Mario music because it could be like it's clearly not Donkey Kong or Zelda music. But,
Oh no.
But I was listening. I was like, "What game is that from?" And I started like looking up different soundtracks. It was like, "Is it from a Mario Party game?" And then I bought
hold it up to like Siri or Cortana or something.
like, what is this?
Yeah, listen to this song. Okay, now what is it?
Yeah. So as it turns out, it's My Nintendo music, which is weird because I think this is what should be playing on the My Nintendo homepage. There's a radio and it has music notes coming out of it.
Yeah, but that's just for like your character walking around and like squeaking like a chipmunk.
Yeah, but I think that's like I think they had music planned and then like something happened because it seems so weird that there's like music notes and nothing is happening. So maybe like this music was meant to play.
Maybe
because you can turn it off. So
yeah, it's very weird that they don't have anything playing.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then they gave us a bunch of discounts on either games we already have or games people don't want. So
yeah, and they're not even very good discounts. Like the best you can get is 30% off. But at that point, you're already like you're getting 30% off of like an $8 game. You might as well just pony up.
Yeah, it's like I will support the developer with like that extra $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
So
like I will just hand deliver that cash to them.
I will drive to Washington State and go to NOA and just hand them like $2. Mm-hmm. Here, Reggie. He'll know what we're talking about because he listens to this. So
yeah, we'll just kind of hand it to him and wink and say, "You know what to do."
Oh, and I meant to mention this because this was an interesting observation I had on the My Nintendo site, and this kind of points towards physical rewards appearing at some point.
Do you think they'll do it?
Okay, so with any...
Is there hope?
Well, okay, here's the thing, though. Every reward on the My Nintendo site has a little thing, like a little red banner up in the corner that says available. Now, why would they have that unless one of those items could become unavailable?
Okay, I see where you're going.
And with a digital item, you have infinite stock. You just generate a code and then send it to someone.
Right.
So, and that's like the Club Nintendo stuff had available up in the corner too, but that was because there were physical rewards that could actually go out of stock. So
that makes sense. Well, then I guess
that gave me a sliver of hope.
Yeah, something to hold on to.
And one last thing while we're on My Nintendo. So I was watching an unboxing video of the NES Classic Edition, and it comes with a code card for My Nintendo. So,
like how you used to be able to redeem consoles.
Yeah, it comes with 60 gold coins that you can get.
Okay.
So I'm assuming like Switch games forward will have these codes in them.
Okay.
I think it's like too late to implement them for 3DS and Wii U.
I honestly look forward to getting back to that.
Yeah, instead of getting punished for buying my games physically.
Yeah. Because I remember when I first got my 3DS, we already had a bunch of Wii games, and I got my system. Well, I got a refurbished unit, so I wasn't able to set it up with my Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I got all the codes out of every game that we had and redeemed all of them.
And then going through the slog that was like filling out all of those.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
And I always felt bad like if I didn't give a real answer. So like I always gave something of a legit answer. Like then it took me forever to get through them.
Man, if there was a game that like I didn't like at all, then like I said like what I didn't like about it, but I tried to be constructive. And if
yeah, one that I did too.
One that I really liked, then I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You guys need to make more of it. It's perfect.
Have you played this?
Hey Nintendo, check out this game. It's called Mario 3D World.
You guys need to try it out at some point.
Oh man, this is right up your alley.
Oh wow, yeah. So I had a whole rant planned out that I was going to do about basically.
Do you need the soapbox first, or
no? It's been canceled because of these cards. So everyone listening, you're welcome for holding off on this one. So I guess you should thank Nintendo.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Because I was gonna rant about how they're like punishing their physical copy purchasing customers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it seems like they're kind of, because it's always seemed like a work in progress since they shut down the last rewards program.
So like why isn't My Nintendo launching now? Like it should have been saved until now, because there was no good point to.
Or what? Better yet, why not launch with the Switch?
Yeah, that's
because everyone will be getting on board with that. Like as soon as it's out, everyone's gonna be getting one. They're gonna be setting it up, getting all the games, and registering a bunch of stuff. So why not just start that all now? Unless they wanted to try start it early and kind of iron out any kinks that might be in the system.
Well, they did that regardless. It's just they didn't call this a beta, but it pretty much was.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, hopefully, because of the Switch-based stuff, hopefully they will, hopefully they'll add physical rewards, because I think that'll get more people to register their software. So
yeah, that was the biggest thing that kind of kept me up with. Or kept me accountable, I guess, with My Nintendo previously, was the hope that some new physical reward would come up that I would be able to redeem my points for. And I don't know that anything ever came up that I was absolutely gung ho for. The biggest thing.
Did you get WarioWare? Where WarioWare touched?
I did not.
That game is fantastic, and it was the only good prize in the entirety of My Nintendo, and it's gone.
Oh no!
Forever.
Oh no!
It was 1,000 platinum coins, and it's just like an emulation of the DS game, and it's so much fun. And it's the only thing I felt good about purchasing from My Nintendo.
I don't remember what I got.
You told me you got the 10 game tickets.
Wait, for
My Nintendo.
Oh, I thought you meant
Oh, are you talking Club Nintendo?
Yeah.
Oh, then no, I don't know what you're.
Oh no, I see, because I don't keep up with. I don't keep up with what My Nintendo's doing, because it's any announcement is supremely uninteresting. It's new discounts are yay, here's another 15 or 30% off of a title.
Yeah, why can't you stack them? Why can't you buy multiple of these? You should be able to stack 2 of them.
Yeah.
60% off if you have enough gold coins, and 30% off if you have enough platinum coins.
Yeah, why not?
There's no point to... Especially since, most of their games are under $10 at their... I don't know. It's people weren't going to buy those games, and then this might actually encourage them to buy them.
My Nintendo discounts are the anti-Steam sale of Nintendo.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good description, though.
Yeah, because Steam has crazy good sales all the time.
A $30 game will just be 99 cents.
Yeah.
You're oh, okay, sure, I'll pick that up.
Yeah, it's why not? I've got nothing to lose, and then you've got a really cool game you might not have played, or a really bad game, but you didn't waste any money.
I will say that Nintendo's discounts, or I guess everyone else's discounts, third-party indies, there are a lot of good indie discounts.
Mm-hmm.
So. Including the first Skunk Bundle, which was free.
Yeah.
Best discount ever.
For quality gaming.
I guess we should talk about... Because we missed this in our Switch discussion, or at least I kind of pushed us past this, because I thought it was just Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
But the Mario Kart 8 Switch Edition thing... There actually are a couple differences. Mm-hmm. So I think you were going to point out, they're is King Boo in Mario Kart 8? And I was I think he is, but I was thinking of Mario Kart Wii. So he's not in 8. So
you,
this
ran,
is a
you,
new
ran,
character.
you ran home and you booted it up and you saw he wasn't on the roster and you crumpled in shame.
I let everyone down. All, I don't know, 10 listeners average, maybe?
But worst of all, you let your co-host down.
I did kind of like push you out of the way to like, no, it's nothing new.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. And also, double power-ups returning from Double Dash.
Yeah. So...
Also not confirmed. This game may not ever materialize.
And that's another thing to keep in mind, is that Nintendo has also said that there was a lot of post-production with the Switch announcement.
Yeah, like no one was actually playing any of those games.
Right.
Those were just like, I don't know, photoshopped.
Basically stock images of people sitting in front of a TV with a controller.
Which completely ruins, like I did the whole analysis of like, okay, so she's pressing the A button and moving the analog stick forward. So she like, it must be like the return of full analog movement in a Mario game. And I was like so excited about that. And I was like, oh, she's not actually playing that.
Yeah, it just kind of takes that all like throws it away. Like, forget any...
Yeah, no run button. Wait, well, I don't know.
Forget any ideas or theories you may have had because they are null and void.
Yeah, and they said like any to like all of the games, I mean, except obviously Breath of the Wild, which we know is coming out, are unconfirmed. So Splatoon 1.5 unconfirmed, Mario Kart 8.5 unconfirmed.
It could have been
NBA
more...
2K and Skyrim also not confirmed. So.
Right. If anything, it was more of like a proof of concept than like a, hey, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah. They did a pretty good job, though, making it look like they were playing it, so...
Yeah.
I mean, like, with the, like, over-dramatic controller movements and everything that people usually do.
Yeah. They made it seem pretty legitimate.
But I don't know if you were watching, like, E3 2012. After the presentation, they had this whole video of this fake family playing games. And it was really, really terrible, so...
Oh, man. You're going to have to show that to me when we're done recording.
Well, I don't know. It was like 20 minutes or something. It was really long and really boring.
Oh, boy.
So, at least that's how I remember it. It might only be like 3, but... Anyways, Mario Kart. 8.5.
Yeah. So, double items, but there's only the one character. So...
Everyone has to be King Boo.
Yeah. Well, no, because the other player has a slot for a second item.
Yeah. So,
I'm wondering, just because of the double items, I'm thinking of Double Dash. Could that mean that they'll bring back character-specific items? If you played as Yoshi, you would sometimes get an egg that you could throw, and it would chase down someone. And when it hit, it would drop 3 random items.
Well, that was actually a feature started in Super Mario Kart, the first one.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because like I think it was only a couple characters that could do that, but I'm pretty sure Bowser could shoot a fireball. Or maybe that was just the computer cheating. I don't remember. The computer in that game like truly does cheat. There's only like one place where you can pick up items in an entire course, and like they would throw items at you the entire lap. So
beautiful.
Yeah, the computer literally does cheat in that game.
Dirty cheater. I really don't know like where to go from that.
Yeah, I know. Because
I've never played it, so I don't really have an. I mean, I think I've played it one time, but I was.
All right, we're gonna have to play that.
Yeah. I think I played it with my cousin once, and
it's going to be great because like it takes so long to get used to the controls that it's going to be fun just like watching you hit everything.
Oh boy! So you're going to enjoy watching.
I was so bad when I started playing it.
The only thing I remember is playing battle mode, where you have like the three balloons like circling around you, and. I thought that I was just having a really hard time controlling. It turns out I was just looking at the wrong side of the screen the entire time.
Like, did you not know what character you picked, or?
No, because I had no idea what was going on.
Oh, how old were you?
I don't remember. Young enough that I was that confused.
Okay.
I remember being like very impressed by Link to the Past, though.
It's still an impressive game. So
yeah.
We need to. I don't think we actually have anything to get back to, so...
Yeah, where do we want to go from here?
No idea.
Improv a song. This is the Nintendo podcast where we talk about Nintendo games.
I guess I could go ahead and mention that I have plans for a belated Halloween episode.
I'm very excited to see this.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to say what game I'd be talking about.
Yeah,
but I think it would be a lot of fun.
it's a scary game, but not for the reasons you're probably thinking.
Oh no, there's a lot. I mean, you haven't gotten that far in it,
That's true.
so it gets kind of freaky.
Okay, just that screenshot you sent me.
Yeah.
Like, I never got past the first area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be as vague as possible.
Yeah. It's hard to talk about it without like specifically talking about it. So,
Yeah.
I have plans for a Blade.
It's a game that we mentioned playing at some point in a previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's the clue that we'll give to Reggie.
The super hint.
Now it's like we've ruined his whole week because he's like going to be thinking about what.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Like, what is it?
He's gonna be going through like all his like old Game Boy games and NES cartridges and be like, it has to be one of these. I know every game. And he's like only looking at like through his Nintendo games.
Yeah,
he's the president of Nintendo. He only plays
it's
Nintendo
technically
games.
on a Nintendo system.
Yeah, it technically is.
So if he played all of them ever released,
he would find it
up through.
He just has to dig through all of the Goodwill sports games.
Oh my word!
That's the worst thing about buying used games anywhere.
Yeah,
like at like a thrift store or whatever, is you have to dig through the mountain of football and
like I feel like
soccer,
like yard sales and like Goodwill and whatever other like thrift stores that sell that stuff should just pay you to take that stuff because no one's going to buy it. Like, who wants to play like a decade-year-old, like outdated PS2 sports game?
Right.
And
I mean, they're clearly not that memorable if like everyone is trying to get rid of them.
Yeah. Like, if any one of our, like, I don't know, 10, 12 listeners plays sports games, like every year, like, buys the new sports game, I would like to know. Not to make fun of, just honestly want to know, like, what the mindset is behind someone who buys annual sports games.
Yeah. Like, and why don't they just make one sports game and then, like, update it with DLC so you can keep it up to date?
Free DLC. They should just be able to, like, update the player roster.
Or, you know, I don't know, like, just like $1 or $2, so you could still make money off of it for new characters.
Well, yeah, and they add like new modes every year, so you could just buy a new mode each year for like $10 or something.
So, like, why do you have to buy the same game every single time?
And like watching like the new game presentations at EA's press conference at E3 is the most boring thing ever.
Yeah,
it's like I always go and get a drink or a snack or something like when I'm streaming.
Mm-hmm. I like
EA
watching
press conference.
I like Pro Jared is pretty good about during E3 he does kind of a review of the conference. He summarizes what they've talked about and it's a good kind of Cliff Notes version of the conference.
Okay. Do you actually watch them or?
I watched some of them. The one Nintendo's really the only one that I pay the most attention to. I think I've watched Sony one year, but I don't remember what year that was.
I always watch them every year. I don't know why sometimes. Like, I mean, Ubisoft and EA are like the same thing every year. It's like a million Tom Clancy games, a new Assassin's Creed.
Ubisoft, great company. Their presentation is like the most cringeworthy thing.
Yeah, and they get what is that lady's name? But anyways, like she's like the worst spokesperson that you could possibly get outside of Mr. Caffeine. Which I think I mentioned that to you.
Was he the guy in like the weird suit and everything who like sat in the audience and tried to like get everyone?
I think
to
that
make
was
a meme?
him. Yeah, I think that was him.
All right, everybody, we're gonna make a meme.
It was in E3 2011. I remember that. But like they've had like, this other lady ever since, and it feels like she doesn't play a video game. It really does.
Like she's just hired to.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm so excited about this new game, and I'm like, really? Are you though?
Why?
Yeah. Can you give specifics?
Tell me about it.
What is your gamer score?
Yeah, and
how many trophies do you have? Bethesda has been doing really well with their conferences.
Yeah,
Even if I'm not like super excited about everything that they announce.
No, but they handle it well.
They handle it so well.
Yeah, I mean, like their first year, because that was 2 years ago, right? 2015 when they. I
think that's when they announced Fallout 4, and I think
they showed off Doom, and they announced a remake of Dishonored and Dishonored 2. Not a remake of Dishonored 2, like the new game. So
what?
What?
Dishonored and Dishonored 2, but not Dishonored 2.
No, not a remake of Dishonored. I said it together.
So they showed a remake
of the first game, and then they announced the second one.
Okay.
Yes. I couldn't...
Okay.
I worded that poorly, and then I was trying to fix it, and then I made you even more confused, so...
I'm
there's no coming back from that.
No.
Anyways, we got off of EA.
EA is just the... I don't know. Is there anything good that can be said about EA? They've got that one thing where it's like EA games challenge everything. That's kind of funny.
I like how that's the one thing you pick out from the whole.
That's the only thing they've really got going for them. Otherwise, I've only ever heard like horrible things about them as a company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think we got off on stuff because you were talking about a game that you were going to be playing. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a late Halloween episode.
Yeah.
So you're going to try and do like an original series, like make more playthroughs?
Yeah, this is something like because they're the way I kind of want to go about it is I want to play games that people like aren't very fond of, but that have something like to them that makes them
like Sticker Star.
Yeah.
If only you had a capture card.
If only
I had like $300 or whatever.
Oh man, those things are like so expensive because you're paying for an entirely new system and capture software.
Yeah.
So you're paying like almost like you're paying like half of the system on top of the price of the system.
I don't know if you get like there are some people who are able to mount their 3DS on their desk and then focus the camera properly, but because I would like to see a playthrough of Sticker Star.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely want to do a review of Sticker Star. Should I ever be able to expect that someday, but not anytime soon. I'm very poor.
I like how you threw that in at the end. Please, so sincere too.
Please put all your money in an envelope and send it to QGP.com. We don't have a web zone.
No, we don't.
We should do that.
Yeah. Well, we need to expand our channel a little bit more first, I guess.
Yeah.
But
find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spotify. We're
coming 2017.
We're working on that. Coming soon to a theater near you. QGP.com.
This summer.
The movie. The game.
Yeah, so like we're going to be trying...
Get day one DLC free.
And a costume pack for pre-ordering.
Yeah, get the roll cage and the portal beanie.
Wow. This show is so much fun to do.
It is. It's a blast. But yeah, I think I was saying what kind of vibe I was going for with the show. So I want to play games that are kind of
Glover. You need to play Glover.
Yeah, games that are like kind of like people are like, oh man, this game sucks, and it's like it's terrible because this, that, and the other thing. But like, I want to kind of try and find value in them.
Yeah.
And I want to offer like a different way of looking at it because it's so easy to find people who just hate on games because like they're too hard or they're like so weird, and I kind of want to introduce a different way of looking at them.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, because we're still planning on doing like a Color Splash playthrough together, and hopefully Final Fantasy 15 playthrough at some point.
Yes.
So
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah,
because I loved what you were showing me in the demo.
Yeah, the demo was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I love demos that are like original chapters
Mhm.
that have no like actual ties to the full game.
Yeah. Because it's always weird when you finally get the game and then you're like,
like, oh, yeah,
this
I've
is
done
different.
this.
This
Yeah.
is different from the demo.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That was one thing I always noticed on like the PlayStation Underground disc. Like all the demos, the game was always different.
Oh yeah,
In like the full game was always different from the demo somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And there was always like little things, but I noticed every single one of them. I also remember being convinced that I could like speed run Medieval on the demo before it would time out.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What is the speedrun record for that game?
I don't know.
Really? That's the speedrun?
Mm-hmm. She says she's done it.
Oh, okay.
She holds the world record for the Medieval speed run.
Yeah, so we're still planning on doing playthroughs of games together, but it's really hard to get schedules to line up. So
Yeah,
I think if we both do some like original content on our own,
yeah, we'll kind of keep we're gonna try and keep the channel updated as much as we can.
do you have editing software to?
Well, I've got iMovie, so I can
That's true, yeah.
anything I capture, I can move over there.
Yeah, that's true.
iMovie is more functional than Movie Maker, so
Definitely. I haven't used it, but I'm just sure that it is.
I can kind of like just show you around some. That's what I first started editing videos on when I first like really got into making stuff.
Yeah. Next week on the Quadratics Apple podcast.
We'll show you how to use iMovie like you were living in 2006 because I don't have enough RAM to update my computer.
Yeah, so we're hoping to be able to get more content out there. It's just hard because I have I'm very busy, and you are too. So getting stuff together. And I'm also doing editing videos. We're kind of moving my second channel over to Quadratics Gaming.
Mhm.
So
That's
twice as much.
Achievable Gaming.
Yeah, I didn't come up with the name. I always point that out.
I think you had a story about that, or was it just?
I just asked my friend Isaac, like, what do you want to call this channel? And so he gave me like a bunch of like terrible names, and that was actually the best of them.
Oh boy, so it's stuck.
Yeah.
Only by being the best of the worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
because we only have like 3 subscribers.
We love you, Ike. No, I haven't met you, but you seem like a really cool guy. Thank you for listening.
Actually, he has been listening to this podcast, so shout out.
Shout out to you, Ike, for being so cool. Share a podcast.
With all of your friends.
All right, I think we've pretty much talked about everything that we wanted to.
Yeah.
Can't really think of anything else. You got
No.
anything?
No, there was actually a really long break when we were trying to discuss like how to end this.
Yeah. We'll kind of see behind the curtain how we do. The answer is we don't. we just don't. We don't know. We open our mouths and
It's so much easier to intro than outro for really anything, I guess.
right.
All right, thank you for listening to QGP.
Yes, thank you so much. This has been Charles.
And Zach. Wasn't sure how this was going to play out.
Me
but-
either. Maybe I should start that over.
Okay, I'm Zach Tussing,
I'm Charles Fillmore.
and this has been...
QGP. Thanks for listening.
I love when she does that and then just has this huge smile afterward. Like, yeah, I just messed up your audio recording. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. She likes hanging out with us.
Yeah. We put her to sleep, and then she goes to sleep for like 15 minutes.
We managed to get some quality discussion in, maybe. And then she wakes up.
Air quotes around quality.
Yeah, and maybe. Put an asterisk next to the maybe, and in the fine print it says, this is not a guarantee for any sort of quality content, and we're very sorry if you were expecting some.